episode is about the WhatsApp problem in Latin American tourism. Last year, I got a phone call from a producer working on a 60 Minutes television story in Colombia. They asked the same question I've now heard at least 50 times over the past 20 years from foreign businesses looking to do projects in Colombia. We've been emailing subjects, guides, and other contacts for weeks, but nobody's responding. What's going on? I smiled. Why? Because this is totally normal. Back in 2008, working as a photojournalist on spec stories for National Geographic Adventure magazine, I quickly learned that building relationships in Colombia required a completely different approach than I was used to in the United States. The communication channels were different, the expectations were different, and over the following years, as WhatsApp became the dominant way people communicated across Latin America, that lesson only became more obvious. Today, my answer to this "why aren't people responding" question is always the same. Did you try WhatsApp? One of the biggest mistakes I see foreigners making is assuming that business communication outside of their own internal communication suite works the same way everywhere. In the United States, email still seems to be the business default. In Latin America, business communications, at least initially, largely happen on WhatsApp. And there's a reason for that. As smartphones became more common across Latin America, messaging over data quickly replaced traditional SMS. WhatsApp fit the region perfectly. It was free, mobile first, and worked the way people naturally wanted to communicate. Friends and families adopted it. Businesses followed. Before long, it had become part of the region's commercial infrastructure. Today, in most Latin American countries, more than 80% of internet users are on WhatsApp. So if you're waiting for email replies, you might be waiting a long time. If you send a thoughtful WhatsApp message, you'll often get a response within minutes. In premium travel design, while WhatsApp solves the communication problem, it creates the operational problem. Behind every luxury itinerary are hotels, guides, transportation companies, restaurants, museums, flights, permits, invoices, guest preferences, accountants, and dozens of people coordinating in real time. In Latin America, much of that coordination happens inside of WhatsApp. Pricing, voice notes, contracts, photos, last-minute guest changes, airport updates. Now imagine if someone leaves the supplier you're working with, they get a new job, or device is stolen. You haven't just lost messages, you've lost years of operational knowledge. That's when you realize your business isn't running on systems, it's running on conversations. I spent several years trying to fix that. Like many foreign entrepreneurs operating in Latin America, I thought the answer was better software. I immediately implemented several different project management systems. Most of them failed. Not because the software was bad, but because I was asking people to change how they naturally worked and communicated. Eventually, I realized I was solving the wrong problem. The goal wasn't replacing WhatsApp. The goal was building systems that respected local communication styles while preserving institutional memory. Today, our internal team works in dedicated project management and product software, where important decisions are searchable and available to the entire company. The dream is that some of our closest hotel partners, transportation companies, and guides work there too. Not because we require it, but because they work with us often enough that it's actually faster and more economically viable for them to do so. Why does this matter? Our clients aren't buying our software. They're buying the operational excellence that it helps create. Can multiple team members immediately step in? Can they see the supplier communication history from any device? Can they recover guest preferences? Can they keep the trip moving without the original salesperson or supplier contact? Looking ahead, I don't think the future is replacing WhatsApp. I think it's using AI and other systems to bridge the gap. Let people communicate the way they naturally communicate, then automatically organize those conversations, preserve the important information, make it available to the entire organization. The companies that will lead luxury tourism across Colombia, Peru, and eventually the rest of Latin America will be the ones that combine local relationships with operational discipline and beautiful systems. Companies that respond like a human-led business while remembering like an AI agent. That's what we're building towards. I'm Greg Blakeney, founder of WhereNext Travel. This is Back of House, where we explore how luxury travel in Latin America really works.